Hello, welcome back to This Podcast Takes Tokens. I'm Ryan, joined by my brother Derek. You've found the show that's going to talk about everything you love, everything we loved as we grew up, and then some.
Yeah.
So, yeah, anyway.
And then some, I like it.
Yes, and then some. Isn't that, we should trademark that.
Right?
Yeah. If you're new to the show, we start out every episode with a little segment we called Retro Ramble. The week before, we ask each other, one of us asks a question, and we have a week to think about it, and then we discuss it. So my question for you last week for today's episode was, who was your most memorable teacher?
I'm assuming you want me to go first again?
Yeah, go first.
Yeah. Most memorable. Yeah, you rephrased it. That's right. Because you asked favorite, and then you rephrased it to most memorable. Yeah, because favorite didn't I gotta say, I think I didn't have a lot of patient teachers growing up. Not very many memorable ones. They didn't seem to like me a lot in a lot of cases. And and that may be because the feeling was mutual. So I don't know. But we get into high school, things kind of start changing. You're a little older, and I feel like the playing field gets a little more not fully level, but closer. And they start looking at you more as young adults instead of like little kids, and they see a little spark of a future perhaps with you, as opposed to just like an annoying child or something.
Yeah.
Anyways, so in high school, I had a few teachers that I do remember and that were impressionable on me in some way or another. And the most was probably Mr. Eves, who was our journalism teacher. And I started photography in my junior year. There was an open call for anybody that wanted to join the journalism photography track and come on and do that. So I went ahead and reached out, and sure enough, they were like, okay, we need 3 people. 3 people applied. Y'all are all in. There wasn't much to it.
That's one way to do
it. But he taught me about film photography, like how to take a photo, how to operate the camera, how to develop the film, how to produce photographs off of said film. I mean, it was all black and white. We didn't do anything color we sent off, but still, it was fun. It was interesting. It was very engaging. I learned a lot from it for sure, and appreciate it very much. And then he also opened me up. My senior year, we got like a new Mac and everything. Like they had those. Remember those candy colored Macs that came out in like 99?
Yeah.
We got one of those gifted to us.
The iMac.
Beautiful. The iMac. Yes, that's right. It was a teal green one, I believe.
Oh yeah,
green or blue. Yeah. And so he taught me about like digital photography that year. And the year before, really, we started kind of messing with it. But then that year, I started up with him the digital photography track in journalism. And I was the first digital photography editor for the newspaper and the yearbook. And so that was a lot of fun, like a lot to learn there. I learned all about like Adobe Photoshop, and even like a little bit in digital video and stuff like that. And he really encouraged me to kind of like play around with it and kind of figure it out. And I did. I figured out a lot of stuff. Like there was a book that went with it, so it wasn't like watching, like today I go online and watch YouTube videos when I learn something. So back then I was actually having to read a book, which was tapping into a whole nother little used skill set that I had at the time. And then like I remember we were always taking floppy disks, the little, like 3-inch discs or whatever.
Yeah.
And you drop it into a computer and put your files on it, and then there was like a bin of them, and you would just take one, and that would be yours for whatever. And so like all these writers and stuff would have a floppy disk with their name on it, and then they'd store their the stuff they're working on there, because we had a computer lab in journalism with like, I don't know, like 8 computers, and they would just kind of come in, and whichever one was open, you'd sit so you didn't always keep your files on that computer. You kept them on like your little floppy disk. And so he was like, there's a way to get all these to network and talk to each other so we don't have to mess with these floppy disks, but I can't get it to work. I can't figure it out. But here's a book on it if you want to try it, because I was complaining about the floppy disk erasing one of my things. And so I figured out how to network all the computers off this like networking book that came with them, and networked all the computers together, gave them all names based off of the Austin Powers movies, because that was like the second one had just come out and it was really popular. So we had like one of them that was named like Mr. Bigglesworth, and there was a Dr. Evil, and there was an Austin Powers was the big, like the new Mac one and everything. So I got them all like networked together, and then everybody could just kind of like store it on one of the computers and then tap into that computer and work off of it, or drag and drop it over or whatever. And something I'd never really worked on computers before then, so it was very like enlightening to me, as far as like learning about like all that, and learning that it did just kind of like came to me. Like obviously it was, sometimes like you pick up a skill and you're like, this is just like second nature, and that's kind of how it felt with all that stuff. And I just was able to run with it, and it completely changed. It opened me up to a lot of stuff and changed a lot for me. So I appreciate that. Yeah, that was mine.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. I wasn't expecting that much detail in it, and I'm glad. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I just figured you'd be like, I was Mrs. Smith. Like, okay.
The end. No, yeah.
Yeah.
Get me running, I'll run.
Yeah.
How about you? So, what you got?
Mine, sophomore year, I had a history teacher. His name was Mr. Newbraw. And big old goofy looking guy. He had a big old burly mustache. He had a sign on the top of his door that he pointed to when everybody came in and sat down the first day of school. He's like, I've got one rule in here. And he points over to the sign that's above the door, and it says, no zombies. He's like, I don't want any zombies in here. You're going to be awake during my class. I don't want any zombies. But I don't know. He was a really nice guy. He was a goofball. Like when he would be going on about things in history, like especially battles, like he had traveled and had been to some of these places, and he would like show us pictures of like Thermopylae, and stuff like that where he was at. And he'd be giving the descriptions, and he'd be like, and then the Athenian, or not for Thermopylae, but anyway, whatever it was, the Spartans would come up there and they'd be like, oh, stab, and he would like just really get descriptive.
Very animated.
Like, really animated. And then he also agreed to be, we didn't have a chess club, and a couple of my buddies and I wanted to have a chess club. So he agreed to be our chess club, like sponsor. And that was fun. And he had kind of set up different events that we went to and things like that. But the coolest thing that he did, I remember I was getting into playing some MMOs at the time. And there was one particularly called Dark Age of Camelot that a couple of my other friends are playing. And I'm sitting in class. We're all doing like our work. His lecture's done. And he said, Jennings. I said, yeah. He's like, come up here for a second. And I'm like, oh crap, what did I do? I'm just, So I like walk up there, and he's like, hey, I heard you play Dark Age of Camelot. I play it too, and here's my contact information on there, like how to like like nowadays that sounds super creepy, but back then like it wasn't a big deal. He played Dark Age of Camelot with us some, and he was just into that sort of a thing, and he was always looking for new people to play with, and it was just, he's a cool guy. He was a cool guy. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So
how long did you continue to play with him online? Like after high school, or just for like
it was a couple months, and then I kind of fell off of the MMO bandwagon with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think any of the other guys did, but the other guys that played were also like in chess clubs, so we were just kind of like I guess the nerdy group of guys that were doing this stuff. But anyway, yeah, it was fun. And so Mr. Eves and Mr. Newbraw, we thank you guys.
Yeah, very much so.
Being impressionable on us. So
inspiring.
Yeah, inspiring. Sure. There we go.
Yes.
I like that. Let us know in the comments who your most memorable teacher was, who you loved. You can even let us know what teacher you just freaking hated.
Yeah.
We're gonna tell. So
Keep it PG.
just saying. Yeah, keep it PG, but just saying. So we're gonna get into the episode right after this. We'll see you in just a second.
Yeah. Your local video store card.
A comic book in your back pocket.
Games with no tutorials.
Music you had to discover.
And drinking water straight from the hose.
These are the things us millennials remember fondly. We are the Jennings brothers.
Join us after the streetlights come on
as we race our bikes from the top of the hill
right down memory lane.
Exchange those quarters because this podcast takes tokens.
No, you're not hardcore. Unless you live hardcore. But the legend of this podcast takes tokens with what hardcore? We are talking School of Rock today. Jack Black. I don't know how well my Jack Black impersonation was, but I thought it was pretty decent. So.
Yeah, I don't think your mic was ready for it though.
No, I don't think it was. I know I got a lot of over. Anyway, yeah. talking School of Rock today. Released October 3rd, 2003. Golly,
doesn't feel like that far back.
Doesn't feel like that far back. But Jack Black. When I was rewatching this, Jack Black looks pretty young.
Yeah.
In this, so.
Although he's like 40 here or something, isn't he?
He was 30, I think he was 33 when I shot
33.
this movie. Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
Still,
so,
older than I expected.
Yeah.
Because, like, I want to say he played like a college age student, like, somewhere just before this.
Did he?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I don't remember. I remember thinking it whenever I was watching the movie. I don't remember what it was.
You look that up. Run down the numbers here. Movie had a budget, pretty decent sized budget, $35 million budget. Earnings. Do you want to take a guess on the U.S. earnings? Don't ask me if it was gross or whatever, because I never look it up. I just.
This was like, they've spawned an entire industry from this. Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing it did pretty well. I'm going to go with like 250 million.
That's a little higher.
Okay,
so
too high.
In the U.S., it earned 81.3 million.
Okay,
but worldwide, it still wasn't your 200 and some million. Do you want to take any guess on worldwide at all?
Well, if it wasn't 250, 100 million?
131 million worldwide.
Okay.
So it was a success. It made its money back and then some. So, Rotten Tomatoes score, tomato meter.
Ooh, that's the critic one, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with. Okay, I'm not gonna overthink this one. I'm gonna go with 60.
92%.
Wow.
92%. Critics
wow.
rate. Popcorn meter.
I'm gonna still keep it low. 70.
64.
Okay.
64. I'm surprised by that. Usually it's like flip-flopped, and with a movie like this, especially like Jack Black can kind of be an acquired taste.
That's part of it, I'm sure.
I like him, but I would have thought that the critics' rating would have been lower and the popcorn meter would have been higher. But
I guess the critics like, groupie school children or something. I don't know.
Let's talk about that for a second. What is up with, okay, maybe again, like I was saying earlier with Mr. Newbraw wanting to play, Dark Age of Camelot with us. Maybe back then, because that was that was the same year this came out, so maybe it just wasn't that big of a deal.
I think it wasn't as publicly called out then. Mm-hmm. So like it would happen or so, like this happens, like this movie comes out and it's got this thing on there, and then there might be a couple people that say something about it, but not everybody's not online yet. Everybody's not like constantly connected and feeding off of one another. So it's not popping up like it used to, or like it does now. It's not it's not spun out like it does now. And so yeah, I think it's just kind of like that. And then like within the movie, it's addressed, like whenever what's her name is waiting for him in the parking lot that one morning, and she's like, groupie? I looked it up. I know what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, that's not what I meant. It's more like this or whatever, which I felt was fairly genuine from his character.
I do
his
too.
character felt very like childlike in that regard. And so I think I could give it a little leeway, although I probably wouldn't have wrote it in that way.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I don't think that he meant it that way. I think his character is, I don't think he's a creep at all.
I think he's naive.
He's naive and he's lazy.
Yeah.
And when he's able to see these kids have similar interests that he does.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they're kind of forced to play these instruments, but like regardless, like, that brings something out where he's like, oh, okay, we can do something with this. But yeah, I don't think Dewey was trying to be creepy.
Yeah, he wasn't
with
malicious or anything with
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
And then he had the other line, your kids have touched me, and I'm pretty sure I've touched them. And that went over like a lead balloon.
Yeah. That guy walked back pretty quickly too.
Yeah.
So
He's like, wait a minute.
Yeah. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
I will say I liked the opening credits for this movie. I really liked that, like that walking through the backstage, and you've got like the different names and credits are like on the wall as like artwork, or it's on the back of somebody's shirt or jacket or something like that. That was really cool. I love whenever they like the opening credits and the closing credits are like my favorite ways that they do credits.
Oh yeah.
And then like the closing credits with like they're jamming out throughout the entire credits.
Yes.
Kind of breaking the fourth wall a little here and there. And then like
it's the end of the movie.
That's it.
And
That's it. It's over. Yeah.
Yeah. Although they didn't give Katie, who was the bassist, he didn't give her a bass solo. He gave everybody else a solo.
Oh yeah.
He didn't give Katie a bass solo.
Oh.
I don't know if it was just an oversight or what, or maybe the actress just didn't want to, do it.
Maybe it got cut.
It could be. That was something I had brought up here. Did you know the kids were actually playing these instruments? Like they were full
Trained in
on,
them.
like, yeah, they were able to play all these things. And that's like when they sought these kids out, they were looking for some that could
Actually
play
play
instruments
music.
like this. Yeah. So all the songs that we hear in like when the kids are playing, those were recorded live while they are shooting the movie. So you're hearing it.
I think the actors actually in the beginning, his band, they were playing their instruments too because they did not do that good of a job.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I kind of thought that band was pretty fun to listen to. I disagreed with them so hard when they're like, when Dewey is just like soloing like a madman.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is with all these people? We're like, oh, this band sucks. And like he tries to crowd surf and they jump out of the way. I'm like, he's like the best person in this band.
Showman. Yeah.
He's a showman. What's wrong with that? That's what you want. That's what people love to see when people love to go watch AC/DC and see Angus flirt around on stage, like I didn't get it. I still don't get it. I watched it. I'm like, I don't understand it.
I was thinking the same thing. Like it's a little harsh. Like it's definitely like you're here for this, like, right? Like, what do you want? You want just like this band that's up there statically like playing along?
Yeah.
But I will agree though that it didn't seem like they were in sync, and their sound wasn't it was very it needed work. They
Mm-hmm.
they weren't playing great, I didn't think. But I thought that wasn't Jack Black's character.
Mm-hmm.
That was just the band wasn't that well oiled of a machine. But it seemed like they didn't really care so much. They just wanted to, like, they were kicking him out of the band because he's being a bit of a showman, and he had all these ideas for like what he wanted to do with the band, and they just kind of seemed like they wanted to just continue doing what they were doing. Like they had no interest in growing or changing or becoming better. And I feel like that showed.
Yeah, I yeah. I guess I can't elaborate on that. I was trying to think of a way to elaborate. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Yeah. So overall, what did you think of this on a rewatch? Like, did you like it better than when you first watched it?
It was fun.
Yeah.
The first time I watched it, I'm trying to remember the first time I watched it. I don't think I watched it when it came out. I don't remember the first time I watched it, if I'm being honest. I really don't. Like, I'm racking my brain, trying to remember the first time. I can't remember. Yeah, I know I watched it. We watched it with the kids a few years back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And Taylor liked it. She enjoyed it. Her and her friend sat with me and Allison as we rewatched the movie this last weekend. Sorry. And they enjoyed it. I think they were quoting parts of the movie as it was going on, so they were enjoying it. And I to get back to your actual question, I think I enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I would. There were some moments like the parts we talked about where I'm like, okay, but not as bad as other movies. As far as like rewatchability, it's pretty high up there. Like, I think there's like the 5% that's like, we could easily cut that out and like the movie would still work.
Yeah.
But it's still good. It's fun. It's a great premise. It's a little unbelievable at times. Like,
Sure.
there's like the whole thing where he's in the classroom and what's his name? Ned's girlfriend has called the cops on him for impersonating Ned, and they show up at the school outside the classroom with the cops, and the cops are like, excuse me, can you come here for a second? I feel like that situation went down a little differently.
Yeah.
But they just kind of like pulled him out, and I can't remember exactly. Did he confess to it? Like, he owned up to like, like what he was doing in a way. But then he just kind of like ran away, and he got all the way home, and the cops didn't, like, there was no follow up with the cops. I feel like he would have been under arrest, especially impersonating himself.
Yeah, in a school,
be with kids.
Yeah, if it was like, at a McDonald's or something, I don't see that being like that big of a deal. But outside of just like, don't come back here again. But yeah, in a school with kids, that would, that's a little bit.
And he took them off of school grounds at one point too, which I'm surprised didn't come back up at all. Like, he didn't get caught for.
Did the kids even say? Did they even say anything to their parents about it, though?
No, nothing. I don't think anything came of that. That's the other thing where I'm like, that never came back up.
That was another kind of weird scene, where he was telling the kids, he's like, you can't tell your parents about this, and I'm like, whoa, like, this isn't happening today.
No, you better 100% tell your parents about that.
Yeah. So but
I mean, this is a movie. We suspend disbelief. We allow for these things.
Yeah. And
like I said, I think outside of some like weird, like, and then there was a little like weird timeline stuff around that too, like where he runs away from they're having the parent teacher night. That's what it was. Whenever the cops came to arrest him, and then he leaves, and suddenly it's the next morning at school because all the kids are there, and then the parents are in the principal's office. Like, did they take their kids home, mull this over, and then decide to march into the principal's office the next morning together to complain about it instead of bringing it up that night at the parent teacher thing?
Yeah.
That's where I'm like, I feel like the parents wouldn't have left so easily and just came
Yeah.
back the next morning to complain about it. That would have been a continued conversation that night.
Yeah, I
But-
agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's for a movie, so
we wouldn't have got. I love that scene when Joan Cusack is just like, she comes in, she's like, well, your kids are missing.
yeah,
And then she just like leaves.
yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
She definitely there was definitely a point where she was just like, you know what, I'm done. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is what it is.
Yeah. I remember watching this the first time at a friend's house. We were down in his basement. There was a couple of us buddies that we like going to the movie store and, video store and renting movies, and we go back and just hang out. And this was one of the movies that we rented. And I enjoyed it then. I enjoyed it on a rewatch now. I was never watching it and like, oh gosh, I'm ready for this to be done. Like, I felt like it kept me entertained the entire way through. And there was parts that I thought were still funny on it, and I think Jack Black, honestly, like when I'm watching it this time, I guess maybe something that I looked at a little bit differently is how Jack Black is interacting with the kids. And I think that is genuine Jack Black. Like, I think when the camera is cut, he's still like that friendly with those kids, and he's buddy with them and just hanging out with them.
Yeah.
Which I think is really cool. I mean, who wouldn't want to hang out with Jack Black, especially when you're, 12 years old or whatever. He's like a big kid. And,
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I think, I enjoyed it too. Like I said, I enjoyed it more this time than I think I did probably the first time I watched it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe that's just because I have a little bit more of appreciation for Jack Black now. Like at the time, he didn't have as much behind him, but now, like, probably one of my favorite performances of his lately is obviously the Minecraft movie, but also like the Jumanji movies. I've loved him in the Jumanji movies.
I watched the Minecraft movie and I enjoyed him in that. But yeah, I haven't watched the Jumanji movies. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're a lot of fun. Like the first one, he's playing one character, and then in the second one, like, I'm not gonna get into that. It's a whole different thing. Anyways, I've enjoyed him in that, and then other things that have come up too, like even like the King Kong movie. That was good. With him in it. Oh, that's what it was. Orange County came out like a year before this.
Oh, that's right.
And he was like playing a college student.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then now he's like a mid-30s guy, like 10 years old. I don't know. But I mean,
I forgot about Orange County.
yeah. And then he looks so much different in Orange County too. And that's only like a year before. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. That's just Jack Black. Yeah. He's got definitely like, it seems like every year or two, he has like a complete overhaul. He still looks the same, but looks different. Like it's like eras or something like that.
Yeah.
It's hard to define.
And then he did the voice of Bowser in the Mario movie, which is great.
And gave us Peaches.
Yes. Did you know that Jack Black's mother worked on she worked at NASA, and she worked on the team that was trying to get the astronauts from Apollo 13 back. And if I remember right, I think she was pregnant with him at the time and like had him not long after that.
Wow.
So it's just pretty wild. I'm like, wow. Like I heard that story and I'm like, this is nuts. Like that's
right.
That's really
Small
cool.
World.
Yeah.
It's crazy how all that like the people in these positions are connected in that way.
Yeah.
And then there's like entire groups of people like us that are completely disconnected from that in any sort of way at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very like almost siloed, like the Hollywood people and like all these like higher up peoples. And then we're kind of like siloed off from them. It's weird. Yeah. But
join us for our new podcast on conspiracy theories.
Anyways, Jack Black. Yeah, Jack Black just wants to rock out to his core. And that's what this movie's about. There's a lot of fun. Great music throughout the movie, too.
Oh, my gosh. Immigrant Song. Like, they got Zeppelin on here. They got that. I guess Jack Black had, because they were kind of on a fence about letting them use it, and Jack Black made a video of himself pleading with them to be able to use the song, and they sent it to Zeppelin, and Zeppelin's like, all right, we'll let him use it.
But still no Stairway.
Still no Stairway. I'd like to see that video, though. I would like to see.
I'm sure it's out there. I bet it's
I'm
online.
Sure it is. Yeah,
he's got no problem sharing that kind of stuff.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like, he's got his own YouTube channel, and all throughout COVID, he was just doing all kinds of like random skits in his backyard and posting them up online. There's like some crazy stuff out there. Some was pretty funny, but
I remember like when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, like he was really big into that. Like he was like going on about how good he was at Red Dead Redemption. It's just, I don't know. He's so good. He's so good. I really appreciate him now. So tell me this. We need to get down. We need to figure this out. Is a substitute teacher a temp or not?
It's a substitute teacher.
Right.
It's its own thing.
But
they're
Ned
substituting for the teacher.
He's not a temp.
But it's temporary work.
Dewey was saying, your temp job. I'm not a temp. I'm a substitute. And Sarah Silverman was saying the same thing.
Oh, man.
You don't even...
Talk about the girlfriend you love to hate.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
She was rough.
She was rough. She was rough to deal with. She I mean, calling the police, and then like the look on her face.
Oh yeah,
when they're like, I got you, Yeah. But nothing is as satisfying as when Ned finally just shuts the door in her face. He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go watch the concert. You want to come with me? Why would you go do that? I can't believe you're doing that." He just shuts the door in her face, and then you never see her again. So I'm assuming like
that's it.
That was the end of it. Yeah.
Yep. Good for him. He needed to stand up to her.
Stand up for himself a little
Not
bit.
good for her.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure she found somebody else to walk all over.
Oh, I'm sure she did,
So how did nobody in the school hear them practicing? I know like he assigned some people to soundproof the rooms, but like,
their soundproofing
on, the drum
was
kit alone.
Putting towels over the cracks of the doors.
Right.
I'm like,
those walls aren't insulated on the inside.
Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work.
No. You ever have like did your high school ever do the thing where like on Fridays before a game, the marching band would release the whole school by marching through the school and playing?
Never.
Ours did. Ours did.
Okay.
And you could hear it start from one end of the school and get louder and louder as it got toward, and it was just like built, like if you're on the opposite end of the school, it's just building this anticipation until like it's right outside the door. So yeah, we had that, and it's they're loud. Like you can hear it. I don't know,
well,
but I guess there was that one time where like the teacher was complaining about noise and thought she heard something.
Yeah. Which
just once.
Yeah, but you would have thought it'd be more than that. Like I remember when I had an apartment that was obviously above another apartment, and when Rock Band came out, it had all the peripherals and everything. We would play that drum kit. There's no sound coming out of that. It's just you using the drum kit and tapping on it. And she, God bless her, she never got mad. But I remember like I saw her in the stairwell like a couple days later, and she's like, "Did you guys get Rock Band?" And I was like, "Yeah, we did. Why?" And she's like, "I could hear you guys drumming up there like all night the other night." And I'm like, "I'm so sorry." And she's like, "No, it's fine. It's fine." But yeah, like if she can hear that,
right. His
somebody's going to
drum
hear
kit.
Yeah.
Right.
Somebody's going to hear it.
Talk about a great game. Like those Rock Band and Guitar Hero game. Man, I miss those games. Those games are awesome.
Yeah.
I want to play those again.
I thought about trying to track down a guitar and Guitar Hero for like Xbox 360 or something, and setting that up again. Yeah, those were a lot of fun. I remember getting on there. I remember going through Rock Band and playing like through the whole set list as a drummer. Like, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Sorry, my mind went somewhere else for a second.
No, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. I'll take us back here. So I'll go first on this. Favorite scene, what we were talking about when the teacher had said, "Oh, hey, I think there's some music going on up there." When Joan Cusack walks in, I can't remember her character's name. When she walks in, and she's like, "Oh, they said they heard music," and he's like, "Oh, yeah. It's just we're learning, and we're it's a new way that we're learning, or whatever. It's just we're just using a little bit of the music." Or no, what was it? He sang at first. There's no music, and then she sees the guitar, the one they forget to put up, and she's like, "Well, what's that over there?" "Oh yeah, we're doing this." And when she's like, "Well, you don't mind me coming in and just watching for a little bit, do you?" "Oh, no, come on in, And then it's that song he makes up. One plus one is two, and he just off the top of his head just starts making up this educational
Math
song.
game.
I love it. I loved every bit of it. I love and I'm sure that Jack Black had came up with that song before they shot this, or maybe he didn't. I don't know. I couldn't find anything on that.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah. But it was great. It was. I love that scene. I think it's so funny that he's put in that situation where he's just got to like, oh crap, yeah, like she's caught me. How do I get out of this? But,
right.
Yeah. So what's your favorite scene in the movie?
Man, I really tried to think of like a good, well, not a good, but a favorite scene, and nothing sticks out particularly high to me. I think probably the culmination, like them playing at the Battle of the Bands, was probably my favorite. Like that was just a really good like payoff for the whole movie. Was them playing Battle of the Bands. I like that.
Yeah, I love.
I'm gonna be basic, but I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, no, I love that. I love that scene. I love like they're, what's his name? The kid that plays guitar. His dad is, just such a hard butt. Like the whole movie, and then he gets up there like we got to get these kids off stage or whatever, and then they announce that Jack Black's like Dewey said we're gonna play a song that was written by whatever the kid's name was.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, my son wrote this, and then they start playing, and he's like, oh wow, maybe he really does have something going on here. And then that whole song is just like, and I love how they just play it in its entirety.
Yeah.
On the movie, it's not like it's broken up into bits or whatever. Like you're singing it and then it goes to another scene or whatever. It's just like you get to listen to that whole song, and the kids are having fun with it. Like they're gosh, I wish I don't have his name brought up here. The kid that plays the guitar. He's like down on his knees and he's just like really playing and it was just, that's such a fun scene.
I don't think any of the kid actors went on to do much of anything except for that girl that plays Summer. I know I've seen her in other things.
Yeah.
Other than her, like they were all kind of like, I don't think they really had much of a career after this, really.
No, Caitlin Hale, who played one of the girls that sang, she was in a couple things, but not like Miranda Cosgrove, because she had iCarly and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm thinking of.
Yeah. I did see Kevin Clark, who played Fred, who played the drums. He actually was killed in a bicycle accident.
Oh man,
I don't know how old. I mean, he wasn't like a kid at that point. I think he was like in his maybe early to mid 20s. But it's like,
bicycle or motorcycle?
I thought it said like a bicycling accident. Like I don't know if he was on a bike and he got hit. I thought I had a note written down on that, but
well, that's sad.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was killed in a biking accident. Yeah. In 2021. So.
Well.
Yeah.
Well. I mean, I guess like it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's sad.
You just never know. Yeah. But yeah, the other kids, like I've not really. I mean, most of the cast on here, really. I mean,
right.
So Jack Black, obviously. Sarah Silverman, you see her in a lot of stuff. Joan Cusack. But really, the rest of them, it's
the Ned guy. I think I've seen in occasionally here and there, but like supporting character, nothing really major.
Yeah.
But other than that, they've all just kind of like the main cast, I suppose. Other than the kids, did okay. But the kid actors though, they kind of come and go. Like
they either
sadly.
stick with it, or it's like they kind of just. Well, I don't know. I guess that's not true. There's some that like they're in a lot of things when they're young, and then they just decide like either
I don't want to do this.
Life gets them, or they're like like Frankie Muniz or whatever. He's like, I'm gonna race cars,
right?
Or just they go off and do something else.
Or like Chuck from Goonies, he went off and became like a lawyer.
Yeah.
Chunk.
Yeah, just lifestyle's not for them. I don't want to be in Hollywood or something. I did a movie, that's fine, and now I'm done with it. And
it's a bit of a grind. I get it.
Yeah.
I can appreciate it. Yeah, doesn't have to be your. I mean, because it's somebody's dream doesn't mean it has to be your dream.
Right.
Go off and do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
So, but I gotta say though, that watching him play that whole song at the end in its entirety, I appreciated that they did not play it really much throughout the early. Like we kind of got like a couple, like really literally just a few notes here and there, but not like. What was there was some other movie we were watching and it seemed, oh no, we haven't watched it yet, but like that Thing You Do, they play that same song over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
But it oddly enough, it doesn't get old.
No. I mean, that song,
but,
in that movie, that song evolves quite a bit as the movie's going on. But yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying. I liked that you get a little tease of it.
Yeah.
And then you
get the payoff.
Later.
Right.
Yeah.
Appreciated that very much so. But and it's a rock band that actually rocks. Like they did a really good job.
Yeah, they did. They were awesome.
Absolutely.
I've been love to listen to them live. They've been fun. Yeah.
So at the end, Jack Black gets to do his crowd surfing.
Yeah.
He jumps out there and he crowd surfs. You ever been crowd surfing?
No. Never have.
Me neither.
No.
Me neither. I was just curious.
No.
I've never been either.
No, I've never been brave enough to do that. Most of the places that we were playing at were like bars and stuff. We played at the Uptown Theater once in Kansas City, but even
the other
then,
bands and their girlfriends,
like huge. Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, they weren't going to be holding me up while I jump out there. So.
Yeah.
Did you have a favorite line from the movie?
I have a note here of one, but I can't remember. I can't remember it from the movie.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah.
So I don't know how this is gonna go. Stick it to the Manosaurus? I don't remember that, but I wrote it down and quoted it. Stick it to the Manosaurus.
I'm sure it happened. I don't remember it. Okay.
It was noteworthy enough that I wrote
Fair
it down.
enough.
I think he was messing with like one of the teachers, and was just kind of like doing like a what was it from Wayne's World, like Sphincter says what, but it was like stick it to the Manosaurus or something like that.
That does make I think I remember that now. I think
it must have been really quick, but it was enough that I wrote it down and quoted it. Like that was like what I listed so far as my favorite, and then never replaced it. Like usually I'll write them down as I hear them, and then I'll hear the next one. I'm like, all right, is that better or worse? Okay, and then I'll replace it if I need to.
Yeah.
That one had just left, so apparently I didn't hear anything that topped it.
Left an impression on you. Well, mine was when when Dewey's up there and he's like, "Who can tell me what rock is really about?" And the kids are all saying different things. And
wrong.
Frankie, what's that?
He goes, wrong.
Yeah, right. And Frankie's like, scoring chicks? No. And then Aileen getting wasted. He's like, no, it's not about that. And then Leonard sticking it to the man.
Yeah.
Yes, Leonard, it is sticking it to the man. But I loved the scoring chicks getting wasted. Like these 10-year-olds. I just thought it was so funny. It was so funny. I really
What was that
enjoyed
show they used to have? Stuff that like it was like a show about like kids say the darndest
Kids say the
things.
darndest things. Yeah.
And it was kind of like,
yeah.
that's what it was. It was just kids saying the darndest things. It was just adorable because they were kids and they were saying these things that they clearly couldn't know what they meant. But yeah, I get it. It was funny.
I remember watching an episode of that, and one kid was like telling Bill Cosby, like what he was talking to him about is like, what music do you like or whatever, and he said, there's a song that I really like. I can't remember who sings it. And he's like, okay, how's the song go? So he starts singing, "Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage." And the look on Cosby's face, and then of course the crowd thought it was hilarious too. This 6-year-old saying that. That's like my main memory of Kids Say the Darndest Things is that it's just
core kids say the darndest things.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think this movie had the perfect ending. I think with them having that final show, and then Dewey and Ned kind of come together again, and they've got that that after school band thing going on. I just think it was just a great ending. I liked it.
Right. Which spun off into its own like real life School of Rock. Have you seen those around? Did they have those out there? We have a few of them here.
Yeah. Oh, you do? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we don't have any of them in Podunk, Missouri, but
but like maybe Kansas City or something. I thought.
Yeah,
maybe St. John.
There may be one in Kansas City. I don't know. I'd have to look into it. But yeah, I have heard about that.
Yeah, we have them. I know like a couple of them that I can think of off the top of my head. Like they popped up and they were really popular for shortly after this movie for a while.
Oh, I bet they were.
We looked into like taking the kids at one point because we were like, they might enjoy it and then go out and like. Because like the whole premise is you can try out like different instruments and kind of like figure out if you're into it or whatever. And it's a great idea. Expose kids to music. Let them try it out without like having to go out and buy an expensive guitar or drum set or whatever.
And I think it's music that kids are going to be more interested in playing. Like nothing against people that are in band in school. I think band is a great program. I think they need to invest more in that. But like, you're playing like classic music and stuff like that. And like, it's just, that there's a certain group of kids that may enjoy that. But I think you'd have a lot more kids being interested if you could play like, hey, you want to play like some Rush or some Zeppelin or something,
right. Something fun.
Yeah. Or even, even stuff like newer rock music, I don't know. Like, I think when you have kids playing music that they're enjoying, that they're into listening to, I think they're going to be more apt to pick something up, and
you can only get so pumped about the fight song so many times.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think in this movie, Jack Black really missed his call. Like his character missed the call. As being a band manager. Like you see him with the kids assigning roles and everything, and it's like, dude, like you should be a band manager. You got like, you have so much know-how about like being in a band and like what a band should be, what it should be doing, how to book gigs and all this other stuff. Like, how come you're not like pursuing being a band manager? But I guess he wants to be on stage. So
he wants to play. He wants to be. That's where he feels like he needs to be. And he does have great ideas. Like
right, a
beam of light. It's just shining on me, and he starts singing the Rent song. I think that would be tough. Like it's almost like, I don't know. I think about like the NFL, like, some players become coaches, after they've retired or whatever from playing. Like, is that how somebody becomes a band manager?
I feel like he becomes, well, I mean, I guess he's got the School of Rock thing going. So
yeah.
It's kind of similar, but with kids and stuff. So I suppose he did kind of pursue that path a little bit.
Do you think any of those kids go off to like do something big in music?
I think that one girl definitely goes off to become like a producer or something. Like,
she was like, Summer,
very business gung ho.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
What was it? She was like studying like Ken Griffin and all these other like famous producers.
And then at the end of the movie, when she's walking into the school, School of Rock, she's like
Oh, yeah.
talking on the phone. She's like, I'll talk to the band about it. We'll get back to you
Right.
later, or whatever it is. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I agree with you. I think she goes off and does some sort of band management, or something like that. I think she
Producer or something.
Yeah, gets into the business that way.
Head to the studio or something. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I think that Zach was his name that played guitar. I think Zach goes off and like does really well, and like he plays with some bands, and he maybe cuts some albums, and
Becomes a writer, maybe.
yeah, and just does he's very successful with that. I think the rest of them, they enjoy it for a while, maybe all the way through school. They have fun with it, and they just kind of disband. And maybe some of them play in like Leonard. Leonard plays in a band in college. They kind of go around to the different bars and stuff like that, and he's playing with them. And I just don't see a lot of them like taking it to a level of, well, except for that one gal that sang Aretha Franklin really well.
Oh, yeah,
I could see her getting some sort of a contract where she's singing, and
Right.
yeah,
Becomes like an R&B singer or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe a pop star of some sort.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I would agree. I think though, like I think the kid that was playing the drums, he's the one that becomes like a session musician. Like he hooks up with a bunch of different bands, and the kid on the guitar, I feel like becomes a little more art housey, and just pursues songwriting and just writes for other musicians and like lets them bring his words to life.
Yeah.
So he doesn't seem to like want to be in the spotlight as much as he wanted to like feel the music.
Yeah.
And just kind of like let it pass through him or whatever.
That's true. Yeah.
But the drummer kid, like, he was looking for a fight.
Oh yeah. He's all about the rock star life, I think.
Right.
So,
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, I got one more thing.
Yeah, go right ahead.
That chalkboard diagram that he does of all the different rock genres and some of the bands and like how they influence one. I want to go back. I want to see a recreation of that because that looked awesome. I want to see that whole thing laid out in front of me. But that was just, I just love that. That was just such a cool little detail, and it was so quick. It was gone in just like a heartbeat. Like I couldn't even stop on it because it was kind of, it would blur a little bit. Like you couldn't like completely make it all out. But man, that was really cool. I want to see that whole thing laid out.
Gosh, now I can't think of the name. Back like in 2005, I remember it aired on VH1 multiple times. There was some guy that was really into metal.
Oh, okay.
And he's a philanthropist, but he's like really into metal. And he ended up making this documentary about like the history of metal and everything. And he's got a thing like that. And he goes through like these outlines of like where metal started, and like it branches off into different bands and like subgenres of the metal and everything. And you get to see this whole chart that he's written out. And it reminds me a lot of that chart that's on the chalkboard there. Now I can't think of what the name of the documentary was. I'll have to look that up. But yeah, so that maybe is my point is that maybe is if you can find that, that may be as close as you can get to seeing something like that. But
that's true. I'm sure somebody's gone through. I probably could look it up. I bet somebody's gone through and found it. But that was all I had. I enjoyed the movie. It was a good rewatch.
Yeah,
had fun with it.
It was fun. Yeah, I did too. I had fun with it. It was, it's just fun going back to. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Well, you got any stale popcorn or anything left on the movie from you before we move on?
No, that was pretty much it. Yeah.
All right.
I think we hit everything I wanted to hit on. So
Excellent.
Yeah, stale popcorn. So I did want to mention the last episode we were talking about, I don't remember exactly what the conversation was, but you had mentioned, we were talking about maybe streaming music or whatever. And you had mentioned that you like to have like Sirius XM on or whatever because it's just always on. So I gave that a go, and I've been listening to that, and it's nice. It's really nice just to be able to have it on and not have, like, I can get in the car. I've got a couple channels that I picked out, like classic vinyl is great.
Lithium.
Lithium's really good. And I've got a couple channels, but it's like I can just kind of get it. We're not sponsored by SiriusXM, so
if they
we're not.
want to, though.
Yeah, if they want to, yes, we'll talk. If you want this to be a show on SiriusXM, we can do that.
Let's go
too.
for it.
So, yeah, man, it's nice just to be able to get in the car after work, and I don't have to think about like what do I want to listen to. I just like get an idea, like okay, I want a good mix of. I've been listening to classic vinyl quite a bit. And that's got a good mix of like rock and some like pop and stuff like that, and yeah, just put it on and it's great.
Yeah, pop rocks. I like pop rocks. That's a good one too. It's like a lot of like pop punk stuff and things like that.
90s on 9.
90s on 9. Metallica's got their own channel.
Oh,
now.
I've been listening to that some too. Yeah. Ozzy's Boneyard's really good.
Ozzy's Boneyard. Yeah, that was good. That's good. But yeah, like if it starts playing a song I don't like, just all into the next preset.
Yeah.
And I rarely like go without. There's rarely a time whenever I'm in there and I cycle through all my channels and I'm like, there's nothing I want to listen to.
Yeah.
And what I really like, and I'll get off the tangent here in a second.
That's go for it.
What I really like about in my truck is I can preset like 10 different channels. And which doesn't seem like that a lot. My old car, I could do like, I think like 30. But only the first like 5 you could do this with. In my truck, every channel, as long as the truck is on, is DVR'd, for lack of a better term.
Oh, sure.
For an hour.
Sure. Yeah.
So like if I'm listening to one channel and I'm like, oh, I'm done with this genre, I'm going to go to a different genre, and I flip it over to a different channel, and I've been in the truck for a while, I can back it up quite a ways, as far back, like up to an hour, and then start listening from there. And if there's a song I don't like, I can skip over it and I'll go to the next song and whatever the next song, and then I really like that for like long road trips.
Yeah.
So then I can like, especially if I've been in the car for like 4 hours, I can have like a good amount of music just kind of like at my fingertips, ready to go. And I don't really have to think about it too much. But yeah, I enjoy it.
It's good. It's good.
So did you have to like subscribe to it, or did you truck?
Yeah, it's like I got like 3 months for $1.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, okay. Yeah. And then it's like, and honestly, it's cheaper per month than like Spotify or Apple Music. It's like $9.99 a month. I mean, I didn't get any of the talk stuff. I don't really need any of that, but
and really, like, if you like, whenever your month is up, if you say you go on their app and you're like, hey, I want to go ahead and cancel this, a lot of times they'll counter, and like every year I have to go on. This is the thing I hate about XM. Every year I have to go on and I have to say, all right, I'm ready to cancel it. And then they'll be like, oh, wait, before you cancel, because like it'll go up to like $14 a month. And they're like, oh, wait, before you cancel, here's an offer to do it for $5.99 a month for the next 12 months. Do you want to accept that offer? And I'm like, yep, I'll take that.
Absolutely.
So for like a year, I'm paying like $6 a month.
Yeah.
But then that year wraps up, and then I hit a billing cycle where it's like $15, and then I gotta be like, all right, let's do this again. It's just like this whole rigmarole. Like, that one, I kind of hate that, but they're really like every time, without fail, they're like, here's this offer, and it's usually like between like $5 and $7 a month is what they'll offer. So whenever your free trial, whenever your month is up or your dollar is up or whatever, go
3
on
months
there
for $1.
Yeah.
So
I'll
have to do that.
Do that. But anyways, I like it, and you can get it on your phone too. Like they have an app.
Yep, I've got it on both my phone and then in my truck. And there's a couple channels on the phone that aren't on the.
A lot more. They got like a covers channel on there that I like.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Sirius
I'll give you my stale popcorn now. We'll get off XM to bore everybody at home with that.
Yeah,
mine's kind of similar. I discovered an app that I didn't know existed. So, do you use Libby for like your local library to like digital copies and stuff? There's an app called Canopy. Similar situation. You go on Canopy, Kanopy, and you sign in with your library card, set up an account, just like you did with Libby, except it's movies. So it's all these movies
No
that you
way.
can rent from your library. Yeah, digital movies.
Okay.
And it's on Roku too. So like I set it up on
Okay.
Roku,
Yeah.
and I was able to watch our next movie and a few others that we have not been able to find that are on there.
Gotta do
Yes.
it. I gotta do it then. Yep.
So
Yep. Canopy.
it's free.
Okay.
You get like 30 of them a month.
Yeah.
And then like, it's kind of like, they kind of do like rental. So like whenever you start
Mm-hmm.
a movie, you have like they'll be like, we've got 3 copies of this movie. Basically like 3 people can check it out at a time. And whenever you start watching the movie, you have 48 hours to finish watching the movie or else it goes back to the library.
Yeah.
I have yet to find a movie on there that I can't just check right out. And then
That's
you
awesome.
get like 30 of them a month, which like you're not going to, unless you're like
I'm not gonna
sitting
go through
there,
them. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I guess if it's
I
the
got
only
on
thing you're
vacation.
watching,
That's
on,
all I'm doing.
maybe. But yeah. But they don't have like a tremendous amount, but so I've been able to find a bunch of movies on there that we've been like, we can't find them anywhere. I don't know
Yeah.
if we're going to be able to do these. So
Yeah.
it's surprising. I was
Yeah.
pleasantly surprised by that.
Yeah.
Anyways, Canopy.
Excellent.
Check it out.
Canopy. I'll
But
check
if
it
you got
out.
a library card, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Free movies. Then no ads, which I was pleasantly surprised by. And
Yeah.
it's the full movie. Like it's the full movie too. No edits or anything. So fun. Anyways,
Sounds good.
do we have any gum under the seat this week?
I didn't have any gum under the seat this week.
There.
Unless you saw some, I didn't see any.
No, but all right. I got one thing that stuck with me from our conversation.
Sure. Sure.
Little
Go ahead.
gum under the seat here, if you will. We were talking about Guitar Hero, which I really miss.
Yeah.
I think I was watching this movie and I was thinking about this. It'd be really kind of cool. I don't know if this existed. I never played like Rock Band or I played Guitar Hero 2 and 3. That's all I ever played. But I think it'd be really cool to play Guitar Hero and have like a story mode where you start out in like coffee houses and like playing for like a few people, and then like if you do really good you get like some money to use to upgrade your equipment, which means that like, you know, it's a little easier to play going forward or something like that. And then you know, you get prestige, which allows you to open up new venues to go play at and new songs that you can play and stuff like that. Or maybe that you unlock the songs with like skills or something like that you build.
Yeah.
But anyways, and then have like a band management aspect to it, as well as like a road show aspect to the game as well, and kind of have like this storyline to it. I thought that'd be really kind of a cool way to play it.
That would be cool.
So I don't know if they had that in any of the other ones, but I don't think Rock Band or Guitar Hero had that. I think Guitar Hero, you just like, you had a certain list of songs, and then like you had like the set venues and the characters, and you played through them. And I don't think you really unlocked anything with them. Maybe you unlocked a few songs as you played through it, but
Yeah, you would unlock some songs, but yeah. I don't remember anything like that though. Yeah, that would be good. That'd be fun. Gosh.
I wish they'd bring it back.
When they had all those rhythm games, those are so much fun.
They were almost 20 years. They're about 20 years old. I think
Yeah.
it's time for a nostalgic kickback on
Yeah,
the Rock Band
yeah.
games. Like you can do a mini one. Like just do like a little ukulele.
Yeah, ukulele hero.
Yeah, how come there's no ukulele hero?
Yeah.
Anyways,
Have you seen that there's that I don't know, there's some video on YouTube. It's old, but it was like back during like the music or the music video game craze. And it was like Harmonica Hero, and all the songs are Blues Traveler songs. Like there's like one Bob Dylan song in there or something like that.
oh man, yeah, I love those games. I'm with you. I want to go find like the old guitars and stuff and play. Which we were at a game store last weekend, and this last weekend, and they had the guitars in the corner. They were on like $80 a pop for the guitars. I was like,
That's
oh,
ridiculous.
it's a little rich for my blood.
There are like third party ones now that they make that you can find online.
Oh,
I don't know
really?
I don't know what quality they are, but
Yeah.
you can find them for like $30 or something like that.
Okay,
Yeah. So,
get the Temu special, sure.
yeah. Yeah. Oh man.
All right,
The pick doesn't move.
Why does it only go side to side? It doesn't go up and down.
Yeah.
All right, anything else from you
No, that's
before I
it.
roll us out of here? All right, I'm gonna roll us out of here then.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for listening, people. This has been This Podcast Takes Tokens. We just reviewed School of Rock. Had a lot of fun with it. Going to do a couple more movies. Got one next week for you. Won't tell you what it is just yet. But we'll see you again next week with a whole new episode. Until then, be kind, rewind, slap it, shoot it, kaboot it. We're going to walk on that. It's a little bit of a long shake, but we'll see y'all around.